In the fall of 2025, one of the most technologically advanced countries on Earth almost ran out of beer. Not because of a bad harvest, not because of a shipping crisis, because of a single cyber attack. Hackers hit one company, and within days, convenience stores across Japan were posting warning signs, restaurants were switching brands, and the nation's best-selling beer was disappearing from shelves. A 130-year-old brewing empire was suddenly taking orders by fax machine and handwritten paper, like the internet had never been invented. This is the true story of the hack that made a country go dry, and the uncomfortable lesson it holds for every single business, including the one you work for.
Let's set the stage. Asahi is not just a beer company, it's a Japanese institution. Asahi Super Dry is the most popular beer in Japan, and the company behind it is a global giant that also owns brands you know: Peroni, Pilsner Urquell, Grolsch, and Nikko Whiskey. In Japan alone, Asahi runs about 30 factories, pumping out beer, soft drinks, and food around the clock. And like every modern manufacturer, the whole operation runs on software. Ordering, production, shipping, invoicing, all of it automated, all of it connected, all of it digital. That's what makes a company fast. It's also what makes a company fragile. Because on September 29th, 2025, the machine stopped. Asahi's systems went down, and the company released the kind of statement that sounds calm on purpose: a system failure caused by a cyber attack. But behind that calm language, the situation was ugly. The attack had knocked out the company's ordering and delivery systems nationwide. And here's the thing about a brewery: the beer is worthless if you can't process orders and ship it. Production ground to a halt at most of those 30 factories. 12 brand new product launches postponed. Call centers offline. One attack, and one of the biggest beverage companies in the world was frozen solid. Then came the second announcement, and the mask came off. This wasn't a glitch. It was ransomware. An attack where criminals break into your network, lock up your systems, steal your data, and demand payment to set you free. A Russia-linked ransomware gang called Qilin claimed responsibility, bragging that they had stolen around 27 gigabytes of data, thousands of files, including financial documents and employee information, and they posted proof online. And here's a detail that should worry everyone. This was reportedly the fourth Japanese company Qilin had hit in just a few months. They weren't experimenting. They were running a playbook. Meanwhile, out in the real world, Japan started feeling it. Within days, retailers were warning that the country could run out of Super Dry. Convenience store chains posted notices about shortages. Restaurants and bars quietly swapped in rival beers. Think about that. Hackers, sitting at keyboards, likely on the other side of the planet, created empty shelves in Tokyo. That's the part people don't understand about ransomware. It doesn't just hurt a company's IT department. It reaches all the way down to the shelf in your neighborhood store. And what Asahi did next is almost cinematic. With their computers held hostage, employees went analog. Sales staff drove out to customers in person and wrote down orders by hand. Orders got processed by fax machine and paper. A $20 billion corporation running on pen and clipboard. It kept some beer flowing, but at a fraction of normal capacity, and full recovery took weeks, with the company even postponing its quarterly earnings report because its own systems were still in pieces. Months later, the true size of the damage came out. The personal information of roughly 1.9 million people had been exposed, and whether any ransom was ever paid, the company never said. So why did this happen? And why does it matter to you? Because Asahi wasn't uniquely careless. It was typically prepared, and that's the scary part. Experts pointed out that Japan, for all its robots and bullet trains,
has a serious shortage of cybersecurity professionals, and its manufacturers are prime targets. In a single recent year, Japanese police logged over 200 ransomware attacks, and the real number is believed to be much higher. And criminals specifically love hitting supply chains, factories, logistics, food and drink, because every day of downtime creates panic, and panic creates pressure to pay. Your firewall isn't what's protecting you. Your ability to survive downtime is, and most companies have no plan for it. So here are the 3 lessons this story leaves behind. 1. Every modern company is a software company. If you brew beer, you're a software company. If you make furniture, you're a software company. The moment your operations run on systems, your systems are your business. 2. Have a paper plan. It sounds ridiculous, but Asahi survived those first weeks because humans with pens stepped in when the computers died. Ask yourself honestly, if every screen at your company went black tomorrow, could you still operate? For a day? For a week? And 3. Backups and rehearsals beat ransom payments. The companies that walk away from ransomware are the ones that practiced for it before it happened, not the ones that improvised at gunpoint. Because here's the truth. The hackers who did this are still out there, and they're not hunting for the biggest company. They're hunting for the least prepared one. I break down a real hack like this every single week. What happened, and exactly how to make sure it doesn't happen to you. So subscribe right now, hit the bell, and drop your answer in the comments. If your company's computers vanished tomorrow, how many days would you survive? Be honest. Next up, a hacker made one polite phone call to an IT help desk, asked for a password, got it handed right over, and it ended up costing Clorox $380 million. Yes, the bleach company. You do not want to miss that one. See you there.